Hello, my name is Azure Robinson. I'm one of the team members at WikiTree. Today, on our 30-day countdown to the WikiTree Symposium, we're chatting with symposium speaker Sarah Hewitt. The WikiTree Symposium is a free 3-day genealogy conference running from November 1st through the 3rd. Registration is now open. It isn't required to attend, but it does enter you for a chance to win door prizes. Welcome, Sarah. I'm so excited you'll be presenting again this year at the symposium.
It's lovely to be back. Thank you for having me again.
So can you share a little bit about where you're from, where you work, and what your current focus is?
Right. So I'm Sarah. I'm from New Zealand, and I'm currently chair of the New Zealand Society of Genealogists. So while I do a lot of genealogy in my spare time, I'm also, as chair of the board, charged with running the New Zealand Society. So that's what I spend a lot of time doing. There's a lot of moving parts and a lot of resources that our organisation has available to its members. So there's always something to be done, something more to be adding, and it's quite good fun, really.
Yeah. So if anybody's interested in the New Zealand Genealogical Society, they're tagged. Their channel is tagged in this video, so you can check them out there. How did you originally hear about WikiTree?
It's just one of those things. I think it's always popping up in things. And so, I have been in and I have added a few people in and, done a few bits here and there. I have to say, with my chair role, I do not have as much time to be getting out and about and improving things as much as I'd like to. But it's a great resource, and I enjoy looking at it to see what other people have come up with and the resources, the sources that they've cited to, for me to be able to work with as well.
Yeah. So what will you be presenting this year?
Good question. What's new? That's what it says on the screen. I think that's kind of been my theme this year. For some presentations I've made. So I will be talking on what's new at the NZSG, and there's been quite a few new things. I'm always surprised year on year when I go to talk about what we're up to and what we've been doing, that how many new things there are that I can add into my presentations. So yeah, it's going to be interesting. Last year, I did a bit of a talk about how you might end up with family in New Zealand. So hopefully people will remember that one, because I'm not going to cover that other than to say you will have family in New Zealand. Do not underestimate the possibilities of that.
Yeah.
So, and then, all the resources we now have going, both in terms of records and things to help you research in New Zealand. We're quite lucky. There's a lot of free resources in New Zealand, but of course it's knowing where to go, which is
that's great. I love it. I can't wait to hear what you have to share. I know when we do the WikiTree challenge each week, that we do most times end up in New Zealand. So it is, somebody's always got family somewhere in their branches that ends up there.
It's absolutely amazing. And, I've looked on trees researching cousins where I've seen, they end up in America and there's a record for New Zealand. And I'm going, oh, that's not looking right. But then you actually go and you research it further and discover, they came to New Zealand and then they went to America.
Yeah.
So, never underestimate where people got to.
Yeah, they did a lot of traveling.
They did.
All right.
And, as someone who gets seasick, I really envy their fortitude in being able to travel all that way.
That's great. All right. Well, thank you so much for chatting with me, Sarah. To learn more about this year's symposium, follow the link to the symposium help page in the description of this video. Thanks for tuning in to the countdown, and we'll see you around. Bye.
Bye.